than 2 years, during the Cultural Revolution, all schools and colleges in China were closed. Why did this happen? And what is going on now in education in China? On my recent visit, I was able to find some of the answers. Chinese education had become caught between two sharply opposed ideas of what kind of education was best for China. There were those who said that what a technically backward country needed was, above all, a highly trained managerial elite, professional administrators, specialists, experts. But there were others who said, yes, China does need as many intellectuals and highly trained experts as possible. But the last thing we want is any kind of an elite. In a socialist country, they said, education must serve the interests of the working people. This wasn't merely a mild academic debate. It was, in essence, a bitter class struggle, which would determine what kind of country China was going to be. In the universities especially, the conflict was violent, even physically violent. And it was this clash between two utterly opposed ideas which brought education to a halt. Eventually, the concept of a working-class, non-elitist education won out. But some fantastically difficult problems still remained. How, for instance, to uproot the age-old idea that brain work was somehow superior to handwork? And how could they get it across to students that real education has nothing to do with their getting a better job, more pay, but is a means by which society as a whole can be advanced? These are tremendous questions, and the Chinese don't for a moment claim that they have found all the answers. Schools and colleges are functioning again, but everything is still experimental. Much of what goes on in education appears rather normal. But as you will see, under the appearance of normality, some quite new educational ideas are being applied. Four-year-olds in a typical city kindergarten. By means of songs and dances, children are taught that to do manual work is something to be proud of. We are little red soldiers working in the woodwork shop. Look, these are our tools. Today, a strong emphasis is placed on children learning to be self-reliant, doing as much as they can for themselves. This kindergarten is in Peking, but it could be anywhere. We saw similar schools in every city we visited. These are the same children preparing for their afternoon nap. A typical primary school. The teacher is saying, please write these words. Forward, unite, together. In this village school, as in all schools in China, children learn their arithmetic on an abacus. Every morning, all over China, school children, as well as many adults at their place of work, do their morning exercises. It was a bitterly cold December morning when I filmed this. Education since the Cultural Revolution is non-competitive. There are now far fewer examinations, and most are open book exams. It's considered more useful for a student to know where to look for information than to cram his mind full of facts for an exam. This represents an enormous change from classical Chinese education. While painting and literature are still part of the curriculum, the emphasis is now placed on subjects of immediate practical application and on the learning of foreign languages.
你又能不能运用你所学到的知识，把齿轮传动的知识用到我们实际生产中？
Since the Cultural Revolution, factory workers now teach many of the practical subjects.
他把这个线圈装到这上头来，那就是说，确实是应该装上一个线圈。下边你做实验。
我现在拿的这手柄吧是那个主动轴，这个绕线去吧，这个是被动轴。下面我绕，1、2。